Ghana rarely dominates the Africa business headlines. You'll hear about IMF programs, seedy volatility, inflation cycles. But away from the noise, something more important is happening. Ghana's services sector now drives almost half of the entire economy. Industry is recovering, urban middle-class demand is growing, and a new generation of founders is quietly building fintech, agritech, logistics, climate, and digital services with global potential. Last year, while global VC funding cooled down, Ghanaian startups raised over $120 million. That's almost double the previous year. Today, we're looking past the headlines and breaking down the real story. The sector's thriving right now. The opportunities for founders, the hubs and accelerators shaping the ecosystem, the VCs writing the most checks, and the future upside that most outsiders completely miss. This is Ghana Explained. Let's start with the truth behind the macro headlines. Ghana is a services-led economy. Services account for nearly half of GDP and have been the dominant force for the last decade. Agriculture employs millions but contributes the least to GDP, and that gap is creating massive inefficiencies in food supply, imports, and pricing. Industry, after a tough period, is rising again, boosted by manufacturing, processing, and construction. So, what does this mix actually mean for business builders? Three things. A fast-growing urban consumer base in Accra, Kumasi, and Takoradi young, digital-first, and hungry for convenience. Huge productivity gaps in agriculture, logistics, and energy. These gaps are gold mines for technology-driven solutions. Macro volatility is real, but for founders and investors who understand Africa, volatility coerces one early mover advantage. Ghana isn't chaotic. It's a quiet operator with real structure beneath the surface. 1. Fintech, Ghana's most mature startup vertical. Fintech in Ghana is not hype. It's infrastructure. This isn't a fledgling sector experimenting at the fringes. It's the foundational layer upon which much of the modern digital economy is being built. The story starts with the unprecedented success of mobile money. With over 20 million active accounts, platforms like MTN Momo, Vodafone Cash, and Airtel Tigo Money have created a universal payment rail, effectively banking millions of Ghanaians long before they ever stepped into a traditional bank. This deep penetration has created fertile ground for a second wave of innovation. The ecosystem is built on a powerful confluence of factors. First, the high mobile money adoption we just mentioned. Second, surprisingly strong banking collaboration. Unlike in some markets where banks view fintechs as existential threats, Ghanaian banks have largely embraced partnership, providing the regulatory backbone and core infrastructure through APIs that allow startups to build innovative services on top. Third, a vibrant and growing SME economy. These small and medium-sized businesses are the lifeblood of the economy, and they are hungry for digital tools that can help them grow. And finally, significant remittance inflows from a large and engaged diaspora. In 2023 alone, remittances to Ghana were estimated to be over $4.5 billion, creating a massive market for cheaper, faster cross-border payment solutions. So what works right now? Where is the real commercial traction? The most successful models are those that solve immediate, tangible problems for businesses and consumers. We're seeing significant growth in merchant tools, B2B payments, working capital lending, and cross-border solutions for traders. Let's take a closer look. Imagine a small retail shop owner in Accra's Makola market. Previously, her business was entirely cash-based, making it difficult to track sales and impossible to build a credit history. Today, she can use a service like Oze or Invoicia. She gets a simple app that allows her to accept mobile money payments via a QR code. Every transaction is automatically logged. Based on this data, the app can offer her a small working capital loan of, say, 5,000 cedis to restock her inventory. a loan she could never get from a traditional bank. That is the power of fintech in action. Revenue for these platforms often comes from a small transaction fee, a monthly subscription for premium features, or a percentage on the loans they facilitate. 1. Agritech, huge market, low productivity. Agriculture is Ghana's biggest opportunity and, paradoxically, its biggest problem. The sector employs nearly a third of the workforce and is a cornerstone of the economy, yet it is underperforming massively. Yields for staple crops are often less than half of the global average. This productivity gap means that despite having vast arable land, Ghana remains a net importer of food. This is where agritech founders come in. The opportunity is immense for anyone who can solve the core challenges of distribution, financing, cold chain logistics, or yield improvement. Startups that can demonstrably increase a farmer's income or reduce post-harvest losses will find a ready and willing market. Consider a company like Farmerline. They provide smallholder farmers with high-quality fertilizers and seeds on credit, delivered directly to their communities. They also send crucial information, like weather forecasts and best farming practices, via simple voice messages. By bundling finance, inputs, and knowledge, they de-risk farming and boost yields. Their revenue model is a mix of margins on the inputs they sell and fees for their software platform, which is used by agribusinesses and NGOs. Founders who solve these fundamental problems will not just build a business, they will scale quickly and have a profound impact. The good news is that you don't have to go it alone. Because of its direct link to food security and climate resilience, plenty of grant and climate capital is already flowing into the Ghanaian agritech sector from development finance institutions and impact investors. 1. Logistics and transportation. As Ghana's cities grow and its economy integrates more deeply with its neighbors, the arteries of commerce, logistics and transportation are under immense pressure. Rapid urbanization and rising intra-eco-WAS trade are driving explosive demand for more efficient solutions across the board. The key areas of opportunity are last-mile delivery, fueled by the growth of e-commerce and food delivery. Digital freight platforms that connect cargo owners with truckers, reducing empty miles and bringing transparency to pricing. Modern warehousing and fulfillment centers, especially those offering cold storage. And supply chain visibility tools that allow businesses to track their goods from port to final destination. At the heart of this ecosystem is Tema Port. Following its recent expansion, it is not just Ghana's primary port, but one of West Africa's most critical logistical assets, a gateway for trade across the entire sub-region. Startups that can build services around this hub, from customs clearance to drayage and final mile distribution, are tapping into a multi-billion-dollar market. 1. Digital services and SME SaaS. As we've seen, small and medium-sized enterprises are the engine of Ghana's economy. But for too long, they've been run with pen, paper, and a calculator. This is changing fast. There is a massive, unaddressed need for simple, affordable, and mobile-first software to help SMEs digitize their core operations. They need help with inventory management, basic accounting, payroll, and navigating their tax obligations. The key here is simplicity. Tools that are overly complex or designed for Western markets will fail. The winners are platforms that simplify these critical business functions and are accessible on a smartphone. Think of a company providing a simple bookkeeping app that integrates with mobile money. For a small monthly fee, a business owner can track income and expenses, generate invoices, and even file their taxes digitally. These software as a service or SaaS tools are booming because they provide immediate value, helping businesses save time, reduce errors, and make better decisions. 1. Climate and clean energy. Finally, let's talk about power. Energy reliability remains a significant challenge for both households and businesses across Ghana. The intermittent nature of the grid, locally known as dumbsaw, creates enormous costs and uncertainty. This challenge, however, is also a massive commercial opportunity for the climate and clean energy sector. We are seeing significant momentum in several key areas. Solar power is at the forefront, with companies offering everything from large-scale installations for factories to small, pay-as-you-go solar home systems for rural families. These PAYG models, often financed via mobile money, allow low-income households to access clean, reliable lighting and power for the first time. Beyond solar, there's growing interest in energy efficiency tech that helps businesses reduce their consumption and save money. And while it's still early days, the transition to electric mobility is beginning. Startups focused on building out EV charging infrastructure, battery swapping stations for electric motorbikes, and fleet management solutions are positioning themselves for a future that is inevitably electric. This sector is not just about sustainability. It's about building a more resilient and competitive economy. If you landed in Accra today with 50Ks and wanted to build something meaningful, these are your most strategic plays. Near-term, easy-to-execute opportunities, SME digitization tools, accounting, invoicing, payments, CRM. Ghana has thousands of SMEs still running manually. Vertical fintech finance embedded into logistics, agriculture, or retail platforms. Local logistics networks, affordable delivery outside major cities is still underserved. While the low-hanging fruit of consumer apps and e-commerce has attracted early attention, the next wave of transformative, high-upside opportunities in Ghana lies in solving much harder, more fundamental problems. These are the sectors where technology isn't just a convenience, but a critical enabler of economic progress. They require more capital, deeper domain expertise, and a longer-term vision. But the rewards, both financial and societal, are exponentially greater. First, consider climate-smart agriculture platforms. Ghana's agricultural sector, while a cornerstone of the economy, faces significant challenges in productivity and climate resilience. The opportunity here is to build integrated platforms that bundle critical services for smallholder farmers. Imagine a single mobile-first service that provides soil analysis, hyper-local weather forecasting, access to high-quality seeds and fertilizers on credit, and connects farmers directly to large-scale buyers, guaranteeing a market for their produce. The business model could be a subscription fee, a commission on inputs sold, or a percentage of the final crop sale. These platforms de-risk farming and create a more efficient, transparent, and profitable value chain for everyone involved. Second, regional trade and cross-border platforms. With the African Continental Free Trade Area, or AFCFTA, Secretariat headquartered right here in Accra, Ghana is perfectly positioned to become the definitive service hub for the entire ECOWAS region of over 400 million people. The friction in cross-border trade is immense, creating a massive opening for startups. We're talking about digital freight forwarding platforms that streamline logistics, fintech solutions that simplify multi-currency payments and trade finance, and regtech startups that help businesses navigate the complex web of customs and compliance regulations across different countries. Building the digital infrastructure that powers regional commerce is a multi-billion-dollar opportunity. And third, energy and mobility infrastructure. Ghana's industrial growth and urbanization are putting immense pressure on its power grid and transport systems. The private sector can lead the charge here. Opportunities include developing and financing large-scale solar installations for commercial and industrial clients, helping them reduce costs and improve reliability. In mobility, the focus is shifting towards electric vehicle, or EV, fleets for logistics and public transport, coupled with the build-out of a robust, accessible charging network. These are capital-intensive plays, but they are foundational for a sustainable economic future. These are not simple ventures, they are complex, system-level challenges, but this is precisely where Ghana's long-term winners will emerge, building the bedrock for the next generation of economic growth. So, if you're a founder with the ambition to tackle these big problems, where do you begin? Fortunately, you don't have to go it alone. Ghana has cultivated one of West Africa's densest and most mature innovation networks with over 100 accelerators, incubators, and co-working hubs spread across the country, concentrated in Accra, Kumasi, and Takoradi, but with a growing presence in other regions. These organizations form the essential scaffolding for early-stage entrepreneurs, providing the training, mentorship, networks, and sometimes the crucial first check that can turn an idea into a viable business. While there are many valuable players, a few have become particularly influential in shaping the ecosystem. Let's break down the top-tier programs, what they offer, who they're for, and how you can get involved. First, MEST Africa. Often considered the gold standard, MEST is a pan-African training school, seed fund, and accelerator rolled into one. It's famous for its intensive, one-year fully sponsored program for entrepreneurs in training, or EITs, drawn from across the continent. They are known for producing founders who can actually build, code, and sell. Beyond the flagship EIT program, MEST offers a suite of support structures like MEST Express for early-stage acceleration and MEST Scale for growth-stage ventures. Their programs provide deep investor readiness support, connecting graduates to a global network of mentors and VCs. Getting in is highly competitive, with applications opening annually. The prize is not just world-class training, but up to $100,000 in seed funding for the best teams that emerge from the program. Second, Impact Hub Accra. Part of a global network of over 100 hubs, Impact Hub is a powerhouse for social innovation and a central node in Accra's startup scene. It's more than just a co-working space, it's a community. They are renowned for their constant stream of high-quality events, workshops and hackathons, often in partnership with major corporations and development agencies. They run several accelerator programs, such as the Health Tech Accelerator, typically taking in cohorts of 10-15 startups for 6-month programs. While they don't always invest directly, their value lies in providing unparalleled network access, business development support, and a direct line to partners focused on sustainable development goals. Third on the list is Ghana Tech Lab. What makes them unique is their national scope. In partnership with universities and local hubs, they have established a presence across Ghana's regions. Their core mission is digital skills development and incubation. They run specific demand-driven training tracks in areas like AI, blockchain, and cybersecurity. After the training phase, promising individuals can apply for their incubation program, where they receive support to develop a startup idea over several months. This pathway model is crucial for cultivating tech talent and entrepreneurial ambition outside of the capital city. Fourth, and critically important for hardware, is Kumasi Hive. Located in Ghana's second city, the Hive is the leading makerspace and hardware-focused hub. In an ecosystem often dominated by software, they provide the essential infrastructure for founders building physical products. This includes access to 3D printers, CNC machines, and electronics workbenches. They support entrepreneurs from ideation and design through prototyping and even small-scale manufacturing. Their programs, like the Hardware Startup Incubator, are tailored to the unique, longer timelines and capital needs of hardware businesses, making them an indispensable resource for anyone building tangible solutions in agritech, health tech, or renewable energy. Finally, there's a growing number of theme-specific accelerators that offer targeted support. Orange Corners Ghana, backed by the Netherlands, provides incubation and acceleration for youth-led businesses, with cohorts of around 20 entrepreneurs receiving 6 months of training and access to funding. The HackLab Foundation is a major force in driving student innovation, particularly in AI and emerging tech, through its massive annual hackathon and mentorship programs. And the UNICEF Startup Lab focuses specifically on nurturing early-stage tech solutions that can improve the lives of children and young people in Ghana. These specialized programs allow founders to connect with deep domain experts and stakeholders in their specific field. Each of these hubs has a different focus, application process, and value proposition. But they all share a common goal: to de-risk the entrepreneurial journey. If you're a founder in Ghana, whether you have a polished MVP or just a powerful idea, these organizations are your first stops. They are the gatekeepers, the connectors, and the support system that will help you navigate the challenging but rewarding path of building a company that matters. Here's the truth: Ghanaian startups are funded mostly by Pan-African and global investors, not just local funds. VCs that have invested in or have a footprint in Ghana include Launch Africa, Lofty Inc., Partech Africa, Ventures Platform, 4DX Ventures, TLCom, Mest Africa Fund, local angel networks and enterprise-focused funds. The advantage? VCs understand Ghana as part of the Lagos-Accra-Nairobi Innovation Corridor. If you get traction in Ghana, you can raise globally. Having explored the current landscape, let's now cast our gaze forward. Where are the next waves of transformation set to emerge in Ghana? We're moving beyond the immediate wins to identify the foundational pillars that will shape the nation's economy over the next decade. These are the deep, structural opportunities, the ones that require vision, patience, and a commitment to solving complex real-world problems. The ventures that succeed here won't just capture value, they will create it on a national scale. As we project into the future, please note that all market size estimates and timelines are based on current data and growth models, and should be viewed as directional indicators of potential. The path ahead is unwritten, but the opportunities are immense for those ready to build. First, let's talk about regional logistics and trade infrastructure. Ghana's strategic location and political stability position it perfectly to become the operational service hub for West Africa. The African Continental Free Trade Area, or AfCFTA, Secretariat being hosted in Accra is not just symbolic, it's a powerful catalyst. But for this vision to materialize, the digital and physical infrastructure must be built. In the immediate 0 to 2 year timeline, the focus will be on digitizing the first mile, platforms that streamline customs clearance, offer instant quotes for freight, and provide basic tracking. The winners will build the connective tissue connecting trade finance, fully digitized customs processes, smart warehouse networks, and export-as-a-service platforms for SMEs. Looking out 3 to 5 years, we'll see the rise of integrated platforms, a single dashboard where a business in Kumasi can manage a shipment to Lagos, from financing and insurance to warehousing and final delivery. The long-term 5 to 10 year vision is a truly frictionless trade corridor powered by data, with predictive analytics for demand, automated port operations, and blockchain-verified supply chains. The total addressable market for logistics in West Africa is staggering, estimated to be over $50 billion. The key dependency here is regulatory harmonization across ECOWAS. Without it, digital solutions will constantly hit bureaucratic walls at every border. The risk is that larger, more aggressive players from outside the continent could dominate the market before local champions can scale. Second, the SME data infrastructure. Small and medium enterprises are the lifeblood of Ghana's economy, yet the vast majority operate in the informal or semi-formal sector. They are data-rich but information-poor. The billion-dollar opportunity lies in building the business operating system for these SMEs. This isn't just another accounting app. It's a comprehensive platform that starts by solving a primary pain point. In the 0 to 2 year phase, this means simple mobile-first tools for invoicing, expense tracking, and managing inventory. The key is to make it so intuitive that it's easier to use than a paper ledger. Once a business is on the platform, a powerful flywheel begins. In the 3 to 5 year horizon, you can layer on services, automated payroll, tax compliance, and group insurance. The data generated, real-time cash flow, sales trends, customer behavior, becomes an incredibly valuable asset. This leads to the 5 to 10 year endgame, a proprietary dataset that de-risks lending. A platform that truly understands an SME's health can offer instant, fairly priced credit, a service that traditional banks with their cumbersome processes simply cannot match. Whoever builds this will own a data set covering invoices, payments, inventory, lending, insurance, and payroll for hundreds of thousands of businesses. The primary risk is user adoption. The trust barrier is high, and the product must deliver immediate, tangible value. The dependency is on affordable, reliable internet access spreading beyond urban centers. Third, we have climate-resilient food systems. Ghana's reliance on food imports is a critical economic and security vulnerability. Climate change only exacerbates this, with unpredictable weather patterns threatening local harvests. This challenge, however, presents a massive opportunity for innovation, one that is attracting significant global climate capital. The short-term 0 to 2-year plays are in precision agriculture. Think of sensor-based irrigation systems that conserve water, or drone services that provide farmers with data on crop health and soil quality. The goal is to increase yields with fewer resources. In the medium term, 3 to 5 years, the focus shifts to post-harvest losses, which can be as high as 40% for some crops. This is where scalable modular cold chain networks become vital. We're talking about solar-powered cold rooms at the farm gate and refrigerated logistics connecting rural producers to urban markets. The long-term 5 to 10-year vision involves deep tech solutions, developing climate-resilient crop varieties, creating alternative proteins, and building circular economy models that turn agricultural waste into energy or fertilizer. The serviceable market for agritech and food logistics in Ghana is estimated to reach over $2 billion by 2030. The dependency is on farmer education and financing models that make these new technologies accessible. The risk is a fragmented approach. Success requires an ecosystem solution that integrates seeds, financing, data, and market access. Fourth, digital health and education. Ghana has a young, urbanizing population. This demographic is digitally native and demands services that are affordable, accessible, and fit their lifestyle. Traditional healthcare and education models are struggling to keep up. The opportunity is to build platforms that meet this demand. In the 0 to 2-year timeline, the low-hanging fruit is in telehealth and pharmacy diagnostics. Platforms connecting patients to doctors for virtual consultations, managing prescriptions online, and enabling basic diagnostic tests at local pharmacies can rapidly scale. For education, job-ready, micro-skilling platforms focused on digital competencies, from social media management to data analysis, have major upside. In the 3 to 5-year phase, we'll see more integrated models. Think of a health subscription that includes telehealth, discounted drugs, and a basic insurance plan. In edtech, this means platforms that not only teach a skill but also connect graduates directly to employers, perhaps through income share agreements. The 10-year vision is personalized medicine and lifelong learning, where AI-driven platforms provide customized health advice and continuously upskill individuals as the job market evolves. The risks are significant, particularly around data privacy in healthcare and regulatory approval for new diagnostic tools. But for a generation that lives on their smartphones, the demand for practical, on-demand services is undeniable. Finally, the creator and consumer economy. Ghana's cultural output, its music, fashion, art and food, is a global phenomenon. From Afrobeats topping charts worldwide to Ghanaian designers featuring in international fashion weeks, the nation's creative influence is at an all-time high. Yet, the infrastructure for creators to effectively monetize this influence, especially from the diaspora, is still nascent. The immediate 0 to 2-year opportunity is to build tools that help creators manage their brand and finances. Platforms for multi-channel content distribution, fan engagement, and receiving payments from abroad. In the 3 to 5-year window, the winning platforms will aggregate services. Imagine a single portal where a musician can distribute their music, sell merchandise, manage tour dates, and launch NFT projects, all while accessing analytics on their global fan base. This extends to tourism, with platforms offering curated, authentic cultural experiences that connect travelers directly with local guides, artisans, and chefs. The long-term 10-year vision is Ghana as a global hub for creative talent, with platforms that not only serve creators but also export Ghanaian culture as a product itself, shaping global trends. The dependency here is on intellectual property protection. The risk is that value capture will be dominated by large international platforms, leaving local creators with only a fraction of the revenue. The companies that build with the creator's best interest at heart, providing transparent monetization across Africa and the diaspora, will not just thrive, they will power the next generation of Ghanaian soft power. Ghana is underestimated. It doesn't shout like Nigeria, it doesn't brand itself like Kenya. But underneath, Ghana is one of Africa's most promising quiet operators. Strong services sector, wide innovation hubs, disciplined founders, access to Pan-African capital, and huge gaps waiting for bold solutions. If you're building in West Africa, Ghana is not optional. It's strategic, and the smartest founders are already positioning themselves early. This is Ghana Explained. Next episode, Nigeria. Be sure to subscribe for more deep, visual, high-value breakdowns of every African nation.